Some dramatic late hitting from Gareth Berg saw Hampshire upset Sussex Sharks, who went down by 2 wickets with 4 balls to spare in a thrilling Royal London One Day Cup outing in Hove. Batting first after winning the toss, the Sharks lost Luke Wells in the opening over, trapped in front by Reece Topley. That was just a blip, however, as Harry Finch and Luke Wright, who was playing his 200th List A match, added 105 in 22 overs to build an impressive platform on a surface which gave a good battle between bat and ball. Indeed, timing became less easy as the match progressed. Finch was dropped on 12 behind the stumps, but put that behind him in splendid fashion to continue his excellent form, which saw him score his maiden championship ton on this ground a couple of weeks ago. The Sharks had 3 figures on the board in the 22nd over, with back-to-back boundaries from Wright taking him to a 62-ball 50. He fell soon afterwards, top-edging a sweep off Mason Crane to be held in the deep by Hashim Amla. Ben Brown followed for a duck in the next over, cutting Fidel Edwards to Jimmy Adams. Finch completed his half-century off 82 balls, and he and Laurie Evans then carried the total to 144 in the 34th over. The latter departed for a dozen, scooping a hit off Topley to James Vince. The boundaries then dried up until Finch moved into the 80s with 1 maximum, soon followed by another which carried him into the 90s. Before he could celebrate, he lost Michael Burgess at the other end following a swing and a miss. And Delray Rawlins followed next ball, Berg with his 2nd wicket, which had Sussex on 186 for 6. Finch was not going to be stopped, and having been dropped by bowler Crane, he struck the next ball for his 7th 4 to bring up his maiden List A ton off his 137th delivery. He was finally out for 108, Berg hitting his stumps. He left to a standing ovation. David Visa had time to have a bit of a hit before he perished to Edwards for a sprightly 28. Danny Briggs, in trying to get off the mark first ball, was run out. And Ollie Robinson went in the same way. Not the best bit of cricket ever seen, as Sussex was dismissed in the final over for 250, a total which would certainly test Hampshire as the day went on. And so it proved. Riley Russo nicked off for a duck to just the 3rd ball of the reply. Hampshire then slipped to 19 for 2 when Vince was plumb legged before, also to Robinson with just 9 runs to his name. And on a day where the county of Sussex became known across the world due to some wedding, the cricket team were well on top as Joe Weatherly was held at deep square leg by Burgess. Hampshire had slumped to 88 for 4 when Adams was LBW to Briggs. And it was 102 for 5 as Brad Taylor was castled by Ishant Sharma. Amla was still there, however, making his way to 63 before he was taken behind the wicket. And so it now looked like there was only one winner. Lewis McManus hadn't given up though, this one of his 2 sixes in his 41. While Berg showed just what a talented all-rounder he is with a succession of boundaries which just about kept his side's head above water. This pair added 61 runs together in just 6 overs. But when McManus fell, cutting to gully, 57 runs were still required from 58 balls, with just 3 wickets in hand. Berg had not given up the fight, and he saw his way to a brilliant 29-ball 50 to keep his side in the game, he eventually making a 37-ball 65. There were just 15 runs left to get from 20 balls when he fell to increase the nerves. Robinson, the successful bowler again. It was anybody's game now, but Crane held his nerve and along with Topley took the runs needed to just 3 from the final over. And it was Crane who struck the winning boundary to the 2nd ball of that over. A superb game ending in defeat for the Sharks. Just. They are in action again on Tuesday as they next travel to Taunton to take on Somerset.